Little chef. Little chef.
Amanda?
I am ready.
He's gonna have a restaurant.
We'll be seeing you on the cooking channel.
We'll call this meeting the common council to order. Roll call, please.
Alderman Niles.
Here.
Miller.
Here.
Brandel.
Here.
Lars.
Here.
Tully.
Here.
Young.
Here.
Teeter. Here. Fire. Here.
Thank you. This time we'll entertain public participation. Seeing none, we'll move on to an appointment. I would like to submit the name of Priscilla Gonzalez. She's the general manager of the Best Western Hotel in town for the position designated for the tourism committee for someone in the lodging business. So if I could have a motion and a second and a vote on that approval.
I move to approve Priscilla Gonzalez.
Thank you.
I'll second it.
Seconded by Alderman Lars. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor of approval, Priscilla Gonzalez, please signify by saying aye as your name is called. No opposed.
Alderman Miller.
Aye.
Brandel.
Aye.
Lars.
Aye.
Tully.
Aye.
Young.
Aye.
Teeter.
Aye.
Fire.
Aye.
Niles.
Thank you. Resolution number 43, tonight's consent agenda. Alderwoman Byer, please.
Honorable Mayor, council members, and citizens, City of Jefferson Resolution Number 43. Be it resolved by the Common Council of the City of Jefferson, Wisconsin, that the consent agenda for September 7th, 2021 is hereby adopted. Vouchers payable for August 2021 in the amounts of $790,067.83. Manual checks in the amounts of $5,334.14. Payroll summary for August 27, 2021 in the amounts of $157,992.93. Council minutes from August 17, 2021 of the Common Council. Licenses as approved by the Regulatory Committee. Class B license for Pammy's Pizzeria. Operator's license, we had none. Temporary Class B license for Jefferson Half Mile ATV Club, September 19th. Sale of goods in the right-of-way for Kiwanis Club of Jefferson for October 23rd. For the HSJC Furball Fall Club Test. The closure of the city right-of-way for the Fireside Alley Chamber of Commerce, October 20th for the Boo Bash. And sale of goods in the right-of-way for Paula's Mexican Kitchen Mobile Food Truck. And that's also on the October 23rd. I would so move, and I need to abstain from the minutes. Thank you.
Thank you. It's been moved. Is there a second? Second by Mrs. Teeter. Any questions or comments? Hearing none. All in favor of approval of tonight's consent agenda, please signify by saying aye as your name was called, and abstain if you were not at the meeting.
Alderman Brandel.
Aye.
Lars.
Aye.
Tully.
Aye.
Young.
Aye.
Teeter.
Aye.
Fire.
Aye, and abstain from the meeting.
Niles.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Thank you. Resolution number 44, a resolution to adopt and allocate funds for an outdoor fitness court as part of the 2022 National Fitness Campaign. Alderwoman Niles, please.
Honorable Mayor, council members, citizens of Jefferson, City of Jefferson Resolution Number 44. Whereas the City of Jefferson has submitted a grant application to National Fitness Campaign, NFC, for participation in their 2022 initiative to install and activate outdoor fitness courts in 200 cities and schools across the country. And whereas the City of Jefferson will accept a $30,000 national grant from our NFC grant committee and statewide partners and provide a local match in the amount of $140,000 to promote and implement a free-to-the-public outdoor fitness court. And whereas the City of Jefferson will seek supplemental funding through the Greater Watertown Community Health Foundation in the amount of a $70,000 grant and may seek additional community sponsors, which will be made available and committed to this program for the purchase of the outdoor fitness court. And whereas the City of Jefferson will commit to construction and launch of the outdoor fitness court at the Rock River Landing Park by the end of the 2022 calendar year. And whereas the City Council believes the outdoor fitness court is an important wellness ecosystem that supports healthier communities, commits to fundraising to participate in NFC's 2022 campaign, and will earn local and national recognition as a leader in providing affordable health and wellness. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Common Council that the City of Jefferson will collaborate with NFC to implement the outdoor fitness court and make fitness free to community residents and visitors. The Common Council will authorize the city administrator to sign all documents for this project, and those funds will be appropriated from the 2022 capital improvement budget. I so move.
It's been moved. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Byer. Questions or comments? Cindy, would you like to elaborate, please?
Sure. So we did talk about this at Parks. The Park and Rec Commission did approve the project, but the one question that we didn't technically approve was Rocky Landing Park. So they were trying to look at other locations for this. We are looking at asking the Watertown Greater Community Health Foundation for a $70,000 grant for this. The other portion of it would be taken out of the capital projects budget. So we would be using the monies that are allocated in the 5-year capital project budget for the splash pad. We would be using those funds for this project. One of the comments that the Park and Rec Commission had was if Rock River Landing Park was the best location. And so we talked about that. We've also talked about Stop and Rock Park. And one of the reasons Stop and Rock was the closeness to the trail. The downfall with Stop and Rock is we don't have off-street parking. So we felt that Rock River Landing is a beautiful setting, nice along the river. We've got off-street parking there. We've got a bathroom. So, does anyone have any questions on what the National Fitness Campaign? Do you remember that presentation that we did?
I have a question. So 30,000 from the grant from the MC people, 70,000 grant from Watertown, and then the rest comes out of our capital improvement budget. What is the rest?
$63,000.
So Cindy, if the parks decided they weren't sure where it should go, who decided that it should go there?
We just put that in for discussion. I couldn't write a resolution without having a location.
So I would pass one without a location.
We'll make an amendment to the,
I'd make an amendment to resolution number 44 to a site to be determined.
There's the motion for an amendment to resolution. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Tully. Discussion on the amendment.
So Ron, you want it to be listed as site to be determined because the Parks hasn't really decided where they want it?
Well, I think we all need to talk about it. You know, this is a big project and we're just throwing it in the newest park we have because it's the newest park we have. I don't know. It might be the best location for it.
Yeah. I agree Steinbach isn't the best part.
No, I don't think Steinbach is, but you've got a lot of room down by the riverfront park. And I'm just saying, I think it should be discussed.
Does anyone else care to have more discussion on the location of this? And if so, would you prefer to have that discussion now or at a future date?
I think we could have it at a future date and then Cindy could maybe bring back some pros and cons of the different options we would have besides just this park and Steinbach. I mean, we have a lot of parks to choose from. We're blessed that way, and for a city, I would think we have more than just 2 options.
Do we want to just try to narrow it down to maybe 2 or 3 for now, or? I mean, I agree with Ron, I think Riverfront's got, plenty of space too. I wouldn't be completely opposed to the new one either, but I just, I'd like to know the pros and cons of,
So I think we need to have it come back, because
I think it should come from a recommendation from the Parks Department.
yeah.
If Parks hasn't agreed yet, let them make a,
I think they need to look at their options and then bring it back to us.
Okay. Would anyone does everyone feel that it should be referred to the parks regarding the location for a recommendation, a more definitive recommendation? Because I was at that parks meeting and there was a diversity of opinions, apparently just like there is here tonight. Let me take a step back though. Would anybody feel comfortable with voting on this tonight? I guess the question is Ron's amendment with a location to be determined. I guess that's our real question. And if so, we can take a vote on his proposal and you can vote your conscience that way, and that would determine how, I guess we could go ahead with the original resolution.
I think that's wise with the amendment that we vote on as it is here, plus with the amendment.
We have to vote on the amendment first.
You vote on the amendment first.
I see.
So, does anybody have any questions or comments about the amendment that is proposed? No? Okay, then we'll call a question on Ron's amendment to make this location of said fitness court to be determined in the near future. Please signify by saying aye as your name is called, no if you're opposed.
Alderman Lars.
Aye.
Tully.
All right.
Young.
Aye.
Teeter.
Aye.
Dyer.
Aye.
Nels.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Brandel.
Aye.
Thank you. The resolution amendment passes unanimously. Now, with regard to the original resolution to adopt and allocate funds for an outdoor fitness court as part of the 2022 National Fitness Campaign as amended with the location to be determined. Anyone have any other questions or comments on that proposal? Seeing none, all in favor of approval as amended?
Do we have a motion?
Previously,
I move it, right?
Oh, okay. yeah.
Previously, we
Okay,
had
yeah,
a
sorry,
motion
sorry.
to
Put it on the table initially.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. All in favor, please signify by saying aye as your name is called, no if you're opposed.
Alderman Tully.
Aye.
Young.
Aye.
Teeter.
Aye.
Dyer.
Aye.
Nels.
No.
Miller.
Aye.
Brandel.
Aye.
Lars.
Aye.
It passes 7-1. Resolution number 45, a resolution authorizing the state and municipal financial agreement with regard to the Main Street Bridge. Alderman Brandon, please.
Honorable Mayor Opperman, fellow council members, citizens of Jefferson. City of Jefferson Resolution Number 45, whereas the South Main Street Bridge, Rock River Structure B280192, is scheduled for reconstruction by Wisconsin Department of Transportation, WDOT, in 2022, and whereas the overall project funded by federal and state funds totals $4,522,900, and whereas WDOT provided a standard lighting system as part of the bridge replacement project, and whereas the City of Jefferson intends to upgrade the lighting to decorative poles similar to the lighting packages on the West Racine Street Bridge and the Purner Street Bridge, and whereas the difference in cost between the standard and decorative lighting as well as design modifications are estimated at $45,800 and will be the responsibility of the City of Jefferson, requiring a state municipal financial agreement for a state-led highway project. Now therefore be it resolved by the Common Council of the City of Jefferson, Wisconsin, that upon review by the city attorney, herein authorizes the city administrator to execute the state municipal financial agreement for a state-led highway project having an estimated cost of $45,800 for decorative lighting upgrades for the South Main Street Bridge reconstruction. I would so move.
It's been moved. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderman Tully. In discussion?
I can just give a little update on this. This was discussed in the streets and finance. Essentially what we're doing is looking to upgrade the lighting packages to what's similar to on the West Racine and Purner Street bridges, which is the shorter decorative LED lighting poles with banner poles so that we can put banners similar to what we have on those as well. This project is scheduled to start probably September of 2022 and complete by July of 2023. We currently do not have any type of shared state municipal financial agreement because 100% of the funds to this date have been paid by state and federal. The overall project's approximately $4.5 million. So the desire for the city to be able to move to a decorative lighting would require us to put this agreement in place. I expect that we wouldn't see a bill until 2022 or 2023 at the earliest. It may be two portions, one for the design portion in 2022 and one for the actual installation of the lights in 2023 is what I'm anticipating.
Is there any difference in functionality between these light poles than the others?
It's really it's just upgrade decorative lighting. If you look at
Strictly
the,
aesthetics.
yeah, strictly aesthetics. If we look at what's out there right now, there's less lights and it's more of just a kind of a trombone-shaped arm that overlooks it. So this would, all three of our bridges would look fairly identical. And right now, we've got banners on 2 of our 3 bridges. This would allow us to do the same thing on the third. And essentially, these are the only costs that the city would be looking at for the complete reconstruction of the bridge. These are, of all the areas we looked at, this was one of the areas we looked at for upgrading to be able to make it consistent with our other bridges in the city. I would also say there's actually been some discussion with Jefferson Utilities. Originally, this cost was about $90,000, but we were able to spec out some lighting that Scott had found that they're putting on the Perna Street Bridge, so that brought the price down to half. So we've actually looked at this and tried to value engineer the project to bring the cost down as far as possible.
We also standardized the lighting so the poles were identical, so we'd have to replace one, we could have one, we had some stock of poles.
That part makes sense. I just think $46,000 is an awful lot of money because they look pretty.
It's the last time we're gonna do this in our lifetime. Any other questions or comments? So, on the proposal for the funding, if there are no other questions or comments, all in favor of the proposal, resolution number 45, please signify by saying aye as your name is called. No if you're opposed.
Alderman Young.
Aye.
Teeter.
Aye.
Dyer. Aye. Niles.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Randall. Lars.
Aye.
Tully.
Aye.
Unanimous, thank you. Now I'll entertain a motion to adjourn to closed session pursuant to section 19.85, parent 1C, Wisconsin state statutes, to discuss the hire of a full-time crew person for public works and a full-time paramedic. Do I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
President Randall, second by Mr. Miller. All in favor, signify by saying aye as your name is called.
Alderman Teeter.
Aye.
Dyer. Aye. Niles.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Randall. Lars.
Aye.
Tully.
Aye.
Young.
Thank you. We will adjourn. And we are reconvened to open session. We will now consider resolution number 46, a resolution authorizing the hire of a full-time public works crew person. Alderperson Miller, please.
Thank you, Mayor, fellow council members, and citizens. City of Jefferson Resolution Number 46. Whereas the Public Works Director Pino intends to fill a vacant position in the Public Works Department for a full-time crew person, resulting of an upcoming staff retirement in the Public Works Department. And whereas the open position was publicly advertised and interviews were conducted with potential candidates. And whereas Public Works Director Pino is recommending that Noah Hine be hired by the City of Jefferson to fill vacant positions. And whereas the Personnel Committee has reviewed the recommendation of Public Works Director Pino and also recommends the hiring of Noah Hine to the Common Council. Now therefore be it resolved by the Common Council of the City of Jefferson, Wisconsin, that it herein authorizes the Public Works Director to hire Noah Hine at a starting wage rate of $22 per hour, placed in grade 4 between step 6 and the maximum on the City of Jefferson compensation plan, and be given 14 days of PTO, year 5 of service of the City of Jefferson PTO schedule, upon passing the required medical and drug screenings, employment shall commence no later than October 4th, 2021. I so move.
It's been moved, is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Alderman Meyer. Discussion?
This was unanimous earlier at the Personnel Committee.
Thank you, Ryan. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor of approval of the hire of Noah Hine, please signify by saying aye as your name is called, no if you're opposed.
Alderwoman Niles.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Brandel.
Aye.
Lars.
Aye.
Tully.
Aye.
Young.
Aye.
Teeter.
Aye.
Dyer. Aye.
It's unanimous, thank you. Resolution number 47, a resolution authorizing the hire of a full-time paramedic. Alderperson Tully, please.
Thank you, Honorable Mayor Opperman, City of Jefferson, Resolution Number 47. Whereas the Jefferson Fire and EMS Department currently has a paramedic position vacancy that is the result of the recent retirement of EMS Director Sue Reinen and has advertised to fill said vacant position accordingly. And whereas the department has completed interviews for the vacant position and has selected Owen Peachy to fill the position. Mr. Peachy is currently a firefighter and paramedic for Jefferson Fire and EMS. Mr. Peachy is licensed as a Wisconsin paramedic, and whereas the Personnel Committee has reviewed Mr. Peachy's credentials and candidacy and concurs with the recommendation of Jefferson Fire and EMS and is recommending the same to the Jefferson City Council. And now therefore be it resolved by the City Council of Jefferson, Wisconsin, that it hereby authorizes the hire of Mr. Peachy to fill the vacant paramedic position subject to the following parameters. 1, Mr. Peachy shall be placed at step 1 of the paramedic position classification as found in the Jefferson Compensation Plan, which is $21.97 per hour. 2, Mr. Peachy shall be placed at year 1 on the Jefferson paid time off schedule. And finally, 3, Mr. Peachy's employment with Jefferson Fire and EMS shall begin on or before Friday, September 10th, 2021. I would so move.
It's been moved, is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Alderman Young. Any discussion?
This also was unanimous at Personnel.
Thank you. Good candidate, and as was mentioned, it's always great when you can see someone work for you and work their way to the next level. So we welcome Owen as a full-time paramedic, subject to your vote. If there are no other questions or comments, all in favor of hiring Owen Peachy, please signify by saying aye as your name is called. No if you're opposed.
Alderman Miller.
Aye.
Brandel.
Aye.
Lars.
Aye.
Tully.
Aye.
Young.
Aye.
Teeter.
Aye.
Dyer.
Aye.
Niles.
Aye.
It is unanimous, thank you. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Lars, Mrs. Fire, on a voice vote, all in favor of adjourning, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, thank you. We are adjourned. Have a good night.
Mr. Crandall, you were the last